Should you practice in all 12 keys? Most people would say yes, right? Like you should learn something in all 12 keys so that you have the fluency to play anything you want on the piano. And in the big scope of things, I agree with that. But it's possible, if you're watching this video, that the idea of practicing in all 12 keys is actually stopping you from progressing. What do I mean? Learning to play something in all 12 keys is not like a small task. It actually takes a lot of knowledge, a lot of technique, a lot of skill, a lot of understanding of music to be able to do it. And if you've never played something in all 12 keys, it can be really daunting. And I find that sometimes people say, I know I need to practice in all 12 keys. And that actually just turns into not practicing at all. So what should you do instead? Well, if you haven't already gotten a bunch of language under your fingers in all 12 keys, take a piece of vocabulary and just play it in a couple keys. Stop trying to learn these long, complicated 2-5-1 licks like that in B major or F sharp major or E. Like, what if you took a 2-5-1 lick? First of all, what if you took a simpler lick than what I just played? And what if you played it in 3 keys and you played it in the 3 keys you're most comfortable with? Notice how I've notice if for you, you've realized wow, I thought I had to make it really complicated. Make it way more simple. Take a lick and nail it in B flat and F and C. Those are 3 really common keys that a lot of, especially jazz playing musicians, can get comfortable with. But if you take a lick, let's take a lick that's not crazy hard. Right there. I'm just arpeggiating a major 7th chord. This is F major 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, I got it pretty strong in F major. I'm able to talk to you guys while I'm playing it, play it in a different octave, play it without looking at my fingers. Feels pretty good. Let me make sure I have it in another cozy key. Key is C. We love C, right? 2, 3, 4, up. See if I can do it really slow. 3, 4, up. Even slower. 3, 4. Ooh, that feels good. Let me do it fast. 2, 3, 4, 1. Cool. Do I still have it on F? Yep. Can I do it F and then C? 2, 3, 4, 1. Great. Feeling good in those keys. If I can't do that, why would I go try and play it in all 12 keys? Why would I go try and play it in B or F sharp? But that's probably what you're doing, right? You're saying, I gotta play it in all 12 keys. And it's stopping you from just getting it really strong in a few keys. Let me see if I know it in another cozy key. Let's see if I have it in B flat. 2, 3, 4, 1. Cool. Let me see if I can do it in those 3 keys. Let's see if I can do C, F, B flat. Here's an C, here it is an F. Here it is in B flat. Right? Make sure I have those 3 keys really strong, because if I don't have that and then I'm oh, let me try to D. Wait, what is it? Oh gosh, how is that actually helping you get better? You want to be able to leave your practice session and say, before I started practicing, I couldn't do blank. And now after I've practiced, I can do blank. And in order for that to be possible, you have to make the goal you want something really small. What a lot of people do is say, in this practice session, I want to learn this complicated lick in all 12 keys. It's a huge friggin' task, bro. What are you doing? So let's say, in order for this practice session to be a win, I want to be able to take this small, simple lick and know it in 2 or 3 keys. If you did that every day, every time you practiced, in a month, you'd have 30 new licks you could play. You'd have 1 lick that you could play in 1 key. You could now play that in 30 keys, right? Obviously, there's not 30 keys, but you have that in all 12 keys over 30 days and maybe 2 other licks in all 12 keys, right? Simplify what it means to have a successful practice session and be really clear about what your goals are. Stop trying to play something complicated in all 12 keys. Stop trying to play a whole tune in all 12 keys. Play a 3-note lick in 3 keys. You do that 100 times, you'll be way better than the guy who's scared to practice because he thinks all 12 keys is what he has to do on a whole song and it's freaking him out. If you enjoyed this video, click like, click subscribe, drop a comment. What are you struggling with at the piano that I can make content to help you about? And if you want to dig deeper into your piano playing and level up your music abilities, find me on Instagram at Adventure with Danny, send me a DM, we'll start a conversation. Happy practicing.